There's the money shot. Lancaster bombers flying down, dropping like barrel-shaped bombs that bounce across the water with the aid of smashing into the dam, then exploding and blowing it up. Danger of death. How are we going to drain water out of this massive big lake? Same way we do with a bath, mate, just put a plug in it. And weighs about as much as a unicorn tear. Good fresh country smell that is, like. Wow, look at these little... What, is that the way? Bamford Edge today. Never been here before either. Parked the van in Bamford down there. Made our way up Bamford Clough. And the edge itself is up there somewhere. So again, today's route is around 5 miles, starting from the village of Bamford itself, up Bamford Clough, around to the edge itself, all the way across to Ladybower Reservoir, then back around towards Bamford, back to the van. I didn't film most of the walk up the clough because it's bloody steep and I could barely breathe, then might talk. There is no way the GoPro shows how steep this is. As you saw from the profile, all the climbing in this walk is at the very beginning, and we're only how long has it taken us to get here? About 20 minutes to get here, and that's most of the climbing done. As I say, the edge itself is just up there. There's quite a few people around today, but as you can see, it's a bloody lovely day, so I think we've got to expect that, haven't we? You can tell we've had a nice few days of dry weather. There's hardly any mud and it's quite dusty actually. And we are still in winter officially for another 10 days, 10th of March today. But we're into what's known locally as the spring of deception, where towards the end of winter you get a little bit of warm weather. Everyone says, oh, spring's here. And the week after it's in the minuses again for the third winter. It's actually a fair scrambly path, this one. This is a pretty cool landscape. What's that stone circle thing? It's like a wheel or a table or a tool of some sort. As we make our way across the edge. It is really nice. It's getting windy up here and chilly as well. I've even had to put my hat on. I don't think you can even see me there because the sun is directly behind me noggin. I'm not going to complain that the sun's out though. Yeah, that is pretty spectacular, isn't it, that? Yes, it is. Yeah, that is pretty impressive. I think that's Win Hill over there, isn't it? Let's see if we can get around a bit further and find the reservoir. Some of my buggers climbing up way down there. Looks much more dramatic when you can't see that they're only just down here. Not actually off the edge of a 1,000-foot drop. So I'm only 1 mile in, I'm at the top of the edge already, so that's all the climbing done. Now we can actually enjoy it and breathe. It's a glorious day. It's not warm, it's not calm, but it's not cold. Like I said, it is winter. It is winter just about. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. That is pretty impressive. Bamford's down there, Clough all the way up here, along the ridge. Can't quite see the reservoir yet, I'm assuming that's past the next one down there. This is just spectacular. Don't get me wrong, the walk up was horrendous. Bloody horrible. But that's just because I'm seriously unfit at the minute. And like I say, 1 mile in, you're at the top already. And then it's a beautiful, beautiful walk around. I mean, look at this. Stunning day. The views are okay. It's misty out there, but I think that kind of adds to the magic of it. Is this worth it in the wind? Yeah, that's pretty cool, isn't it? That is pretty cool. There's the money shot. So now our route takes us around through the forest, I think, and then across the dam part of the reservoir and round back towards Bamford. And that view of the reservoir is stunning. And the aqueduct. It's not an aqueduct, is it? If it's a viaduct. An aqueduct takes water. A viaduct takes, well, cars, trains, shit like that. Ladybower Reservoir. 2 actual villages was sunk to make that. The village of Derwent itself, further up here, and then where the viaduct goes across there was the village of Ashupton. I can't remember what it's called. I'll put it on, Ashupton something. But these massive plug holes, I don't even know if you can pick them out on the GoPro. They're the overflow things. So if there's too much water in, it basically drains down them massive big holes. I'm pretty sure we'll get a closer look at them when we get down, but the view from up here is pretty fantastic. So where you've got the viaduct there, is it Ashupton? Am I even saying that right? That's Snakes Pass, the road that it goes through, but following the valley round there is the Derwent Valley. There's 2 more reservoirs up there, Derwent Reservoir and, is it Howden? Begins with an H anyway, I can't remember the name of it. But those valleys there are where the dam buster raids during World War II did all their practice runs and the development of the bouncing bomb. I'll stop for a brew soon and we'll get the map out, I'll show you what I mean, but literally just through that valley there, Lancaster bombers flying down, dropping like barrel-shaped bombs that bounced across the water with the aid of smashing into the dam, then exploding and blowing it up. That's mad to think that in that little valley down there, Lancaster bombers flying down there during World War II practicing. The ingenuity of humankind is pretty phenomenal. So is the destruction. Walk down here is quite nice. Pretty rocky like. I was trying to work out if doing this loop the other way would make the climb up to Bamford Edge easier rather than just going straight up for a mile from the start. But I reckon this is still going to be a tough walk up. I suppose you've got to climb the same distance, haven't you, regardless which way you go. In a way, it's nice knowing that it's all out the way now, rather than having the climb to come. There's paths like this where the OS map comes in really handy on the phone. The OS app, should I say. So now do we have to go down that way? No, we don't, you see. It says no, we don't go down that way. We carry on this way. But, you know, I wouldn't have looked at that and thought, well, that's a path. But, you know, it's getting quite tight through here. Look at that. It's quite fat shaming, isn't it? This is a cool track down. Rocks, boulders, forests, hills. What do you want? Wow, look at them woods down there. It probably doesn't look as good as the excitement in my voice when I saw it. Things never come across quite as good on camera as they do in real life, do they? I was honestly thinking I'd be able to just walk through the spooky woods, but it's walled off with wire around it. So I'm guessing we're not allowed, technically. Say we're not allowed. Guessing we must be allowed because there's an actual stile across here. was going to see if we could get in there, but it does say, please keep to waymarked path. Yeah. Don't know if that's... Probably should do what the sign says, shouldn't we? There's another one there. I was thinking if I could wander off, make a brew in the woods. But I want to kind of respect what the rules are. So we will find somewhere for a brew soon. Nice and calm down here as well. The windy up on the ridge, not so down here. This is a nice woodland walk though. The reservoir, just poking its little face through these trees down here. It's pretty sweet. There's that massive big plug hole. There's two of these, one this side of the dam, one the other side. That's pretty impressive. So the water's got to get pretty damn high for it to get down there, hasn't it? For it to get high enough to go over them walls. Considering we're in winter now. Must look really impressive when there is water flowing through it though. No drones. It's because people fly them down the holes, isn't it? People will fly them down them big butt plugs. I'm guessing that's where the holes drain out. Walk across the reservoir is really nice. Talking of water levels, the viaduct over there, when the water is so low, which does happen from time to time, the actual remains of the villages, the buildings, the ruins of that below can actually be seen and walked around. Yeah, it's highly discouraged walking around the ruins because the mud at the bottom, the silt, it's just, I'm imagining it's like quicksand, just so boggy. Mountain rescue coming out to pull people out of the mud. Mind you, on a hot summer in the UK, that only comes around once every 4 million years. Maybe 4 or 5. Danger of death. That is actually really impressive, isn't it? It's just a massive hole. But you think of it, that's an amazing piece of engineering. How are we going to drain water out of this massive big lake? Same way we do with a bath, mate, just put a plug in it. There need to be a massive plug. It is a massive plug. It's actually a really stunning view from here back up to Bamford Edge. Pretty bloody high up there, no wonder it hurt. That's what it looks like when the water levels do get too high and the big plug holes come into use. Bet that's a sight to see. I need somewhere to make me brew. This tarmacy path doesn't seem to be the one. Picnic bench would be nice for it actually today. Ponk myself down, get my stove out, because I've brought another stove obviously. Rather than a flask, that's too easy. But it's a stove I've never used in the wild before. Bit of a cult classic. You'll see if we actually manage to get it out. It's a nice peaceful walk through the woods. Woodland here, River Derwent down there, Bamford Edge up there. It's pretty magic. Love it. You don't get this everywhere, do you? This is now part of Thornhill Trail, apparently. Just a bloody straight big road. But the sun's out. It's still winter, as I keep mentioning. And I've got a smile on my face. Been on this trail for quite a while now. All the way down there. All the way up there. haven't seen a single person yet. Everyone's up there on ridge. Found a bench. Bench will do, as we've just discussed. Not many people around. As he says, there's one person going down there on a bike. But yeah, this bench looks up to Bamford Ridge, so I think that'll do for a brew, won't it? Actually pretty heavy, this bag today. I think it's the water. I'm carrying too much water, aren't I? I don't know if you can see any of this, but I've not used my down jacket yet, have I? There's my stove. So the stove I brought today is the BRS stove. Like I say, a bit of a cult classic these days, this one, because it's only like 15 quid, and it's tiny, and weighs about as much as a unicorn tear. It's not great in the wind though. Didn't even check the valve was closed before I put that on. How long this is going to take? If I stand in front of it, does it help with the wind? Does it need a windbreak? I don't know. I think it is struggling in the wind, isn't it? Bubbling away lots. How hot's that? Not hot at all. Cheers. Not sure how long that took. Doesn't like the wind, does it? Oh my god, it's warm though. Bamford Edge up there, it looks stunning. Right, goodbye bench. You've been good. So we started in the village down here. We went up through that forest there, all the way around the top of the edge, then all the way around to the bit you can't see because it's covered by woods. I think we're still going to get back to here. It's further than I thought, so I better crack on, really. I'm good. How far is it? Oh! Easily distracted by a boar. Some cool carvings around here. Oh. I don't know. How far have we got left now? Oh, 1.25 miles apparently, so it can't be that far. Maybe it wasn't that bit I was pointing at. Pretty sure it was though. What another absolutely stunning day out in the peaks. It's another trail I've never done. Another landmark, if you want to put it that way, that I've never seen. Bamford Edge and Ladybower Reservoir. I think, why can't I say reservoir when I'm saying Ladybower? I'm saying Ladybower Reservoir. Ladybower Reservoir. That's better. But yeah, Bamford Edge is quite awe-inspiring. That view over the reservoir from up there. I can see why it's been such a popular spot for wild camping. And why it's become over-popular that people start getting moved on from there now, from what I've heard. So, definitely going to do a wild camp soon. Never done that before. Don't get me wrong, I've been camping pretty much my whole life, but only ever on, campsites. I think this year, my 45th year on this planet, it's about time I started getting off the campsites. Slightly less awe-inspiring is the road I'm walking down now, but it's the end of the walk, and at least for a change, it's not muddy. Yet, there's still 0.8 miles to go apparently. Things escalated. We're not on a road anymore. We're on a dirt track. Which is much nicer, to be honest. I assume this is the way, but I'm not entirely convinced. It says public footpath on that sign there. And yeah, my arrow is still on the route, which is good. Does feel like I'm just walking into these dudes' gaff though. Is this right? I don't know. The footpath goes straight across here, so guessing so. All right, mate. You friendly? Friendly? Yeah. Friendly? I'm still on my line. This is my path, but it's also their dinner table. Hello, sheep. So if you're new to hiking in the relative wilderness of the countryside, rather than, you know, like in a forest, for example, where you've got signposted paths all the way around, the OS Maps app is invaluable. I've got a paper map with me. Oh, I didn't show you the reservoirs. I'll try and do that in a bit. This that I'm on now is apparently a path. Doesn't look like a path, does it? And unless you're confident enough to know from the map that this is the path that the map was on about, you'd be struggling a little bit. Whereas on this OS Apps map there now, there's me, I am on the right path. Personally, I'd be second guessing that right now. So, yes, map and compass are probably the right thing to know how to use. But to have something that just pinpoints where you are is fucking invaluable. When I've got a day off in the week like this and I need to get back for the school run, I'd rather have the confidence of knowing exactly where I am, how long I've got left to go. It's not for everybody. But right now on this road, this path, it is for me. Yeah, that's bloody lovely, isn't it? That less so. That's slurry spread on a field. Good fresh country smell that is, like, with the backdrop of the weir. That is stunning. What a cool end to the walk this is. Check that out. Oh wow, look at these little... What, is that the way? That is the way. How nice is this? Look at that. Simply stunning. Hello, duck. Friendly? I think the duck's friendly. Wasn't sure about them sheep. What a stunning surprise end to the walk. Thank you, Bamford.